Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Dallas Cowboys. This is taken at the 3. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 30, 10, touchdown, Cowboys. The kick return touchdown goes for 97 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So a heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for a team that just scored, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you'd better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go, here we go. 50-60 outlaw. Deep grip, deep grip.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, nothing but room to run.
Jones, and they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. They lost 4 there, and it's third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
56, Mike, 56. Let's go.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47.
Check 52.
Throwing to start the drive. Eason. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And some room to work. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach, because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Back to throw. Eason, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams they come in bunches.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Check down.
On third down, it's Pollard. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8.
Joker. Ready.
Here's second and 8. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on third and 8.
Watch the shit. Leo. Back. Spike.
On third down, Elliott. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down.
A gain of 3. It's fourth down.
And his kick here is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop.
The 25-yard line.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Let's get out the field, defense.
This is Jones. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Not at all what they envisioned on third down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Ready.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
70, Indy. Here we go. Check 13. 2.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
60 out more.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Hey, wahoo!
Here we go. 44 is the mic. 44 is the mic. Focus, defense, focus. 44 is the mic.
Look at me, zipper.
Man, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here.
Get it.
On 1st down, Eason. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Adrian Amos with a pick, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. But that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Looking deep for Adams. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Ready.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Record. 56 the mic, boys. 56. Check 56.
On the ball.
2nd and 10. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this 1st quarter. The #1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Come on, set.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Ready.
They'll look to throw here. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here we go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Crash. Rush in.
What? Squeeze.
No. Off.
Deep river.
This is Elliott. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Got it.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
This is taken at the 15. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10.
On the ready.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. Now Jones. And he's up in it after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Now. 51.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
Well, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Throwing again on second and 10. Thomas is going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
You're out. Screen. Drop the screen. Hey, Delta. Yep. On the ball now.
On third down, Thomas. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
At the 23-yard line.
Hey, Zoo.
Mike 51. Mike 51.
Hey.
Mike 51. Mike 51.
Get it ready.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score.
First down, Packers.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when the click up,
blitz coming, and down he goes. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 27 on the play. And a Packer first down.
Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. 2nd and long. Complete to Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And it bangs off the right upright, no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So he had a chance to get him on the board there, but unfortunately that big yellow metallic structure in the back of the end zone, it had other plans.
And that's one where kickers watching it the whole way saying, oh no, don't hit it. Rats.
Here's Thomas. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They'll keep it on the ground. End of the first half of play. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Second and 13. He gets this to Davante Adams. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Jones. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Staying on the ground, this time it's Smith. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Run for Pollard. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. First down, and it's Pollard again. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here we go. Check 31. Check.
Hey, Sam off. Get it.
Now Thomas looking to throw on 2nd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
I'm coming after you.
To throw is Thomas. Throwing on 3rd and long. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
Mike 56.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
We got this.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
Again, it's Elliott. And he's got some space here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A first down there on a pickup to 25.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll run on first down. Pollard. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Hey, Wahoo!
Come on, D! Kill.
Leo!
Second and 11. He's going to look deep down the field. And it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal.
Go!
Now here's Pollard, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Tony Pollard, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 19-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Ready.
50 seconds to mark.
Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready, 8, read.
Turn.
Now, smooth. Hurry. 2.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 38-yard line. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 38. This is Smith. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking deep for Adams. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Though certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on 4th.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent.
Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Here we go.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
5.
And the Cowboys, first down.
Hey, Mike 51. Mike 51.
At the 40-yard line.
Say.
Topper. Hey, high 7.
Mike 51.
Yep.
Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go.
Deep rip.
On 1st and 10, Eason. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
Down. 18 Gator.
Check back. Go. Mike 51.
Hey, Alpha.
Let's go.
Looking to throw. Thomas. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Get ready.
Take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Come on,
The
set.
Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
23 yards, the final tally. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball, holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get out there.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3. Check, 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 check. Shift.
Rock it.
Pollard going to try the right side. Finding some room at midfield. And he's into the clear. 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard, his third touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. So he's in for his third score of the game, and defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you, but for one person to get 3, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game, and no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
Extra point safely through, and that will bump the lead up to 26.
Packers snapping.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Back to throw here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They'll look to throw, and he's going to go down again. Brian Burns. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Ready. 50, plant.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. If you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Trying to run forward with Pollard. And he will be very close close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on fourth and in. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with this one. I struggle. But on the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room, get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes, Coach, that's it, okay?
Under pressure, and they got to him again. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. It's caught here by Adams. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Dallas, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Packers, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside